Hi guys, this is Spidey Fan Reviews here, and today I'm doing my comic book reviews this week on Age of Ultron number 2, Batman and Robin 18, and Batman 18. So we'll start off with Age of Ultron, then we'll get to the good stuff from Batman later, but that's not an insult to this. This was really good. I enjoyed this a lot. Brian Hitch, his artwork is great. I just really enjoyed seeing, these superheroes doing not so heroic things. It's kind of like, I don't know how to say it. It's like the whole world has gone to basically shit, and this is what the superheroes have to do in order, to survive. And that's what the thing that was also in this issue too, that was probably my favorite part, was when, I forget who it was Spider-Man asked, I think it was Tony Stark, I forget exactly who it was, but he said, "What's our plan?" And he says, "Survive." And he says, "Well, what about saving the world?" And it's like, no, that's not important. Like, that just makes me really go, wow, this, a whole new different kind of superheroes. This is them having to do what they have to do in this world. And I really liked how they had Nick Fury's old hideout in there. That was in all those old Silver Age comic books. That was cool too, but I really enjoyed this. This was pretty good. Okay, now on to these two comic books here. Nothing less than a masterpiece, both of them. Let me just get that in there, yeah. If I had to pick one, I probably would go Batman and Robin, but this was amazing too. These were both amazing comic books. I recommend you both getting them because they kind of go well together. So I'll talk about this one. This is, Bruce Wayne. Let me just explain this. Batman and Bruce Wayne are the same, but Batman is who Bruce Wayne really is. Bruce Wayne is a phony, that's Batman wearing a mask is Bruce Wayne, because he really is Batman. Do you know what I'm trying to say here? This, what I'm trying to say is Bruce Wayne cannot live without Batman. We've seen that in countless comic books. Dark Knight Returns, even Dark Knight Rises, they sort of explain that. But Bruce Wayne is the one who wears the mask. Batman is who Bruce Wayne really is. That's what I'm trying to say. But in this issue here, we see how Bruce Wayne deals with Damian's death in a more human way. And this issue here, we see how he's going to deal with his death as Damian's death as Batman. So I guess we'll start off with this one. You see, Batman. Oh, it's remember those characters that we had in issue 12 of what is it? 12 of Batman, issue 12 Batman. Those characters are back, and that character might be the new Robin, maybe not. How I would kind of like to see it though, as let's look at the past. Batman has lost Jason Todd, and he lost Damian Wayne. Now, Damian Wayne isn't just any other Robin; that's his son. So this should be the point where he says, "No more. No one else gets hurt. I'm not having this happen again." And that would make perfect sense, right? Because that was his son. That's different than just another Robin, if you know what I'm trying to say here. But, I would like to see this character Harper be incorporated somehow in the Bat family. And I really would like to see that, other than her just becoming a new Robin, he gets a new sidekick. But I don't think that's going to happen. We're probably going to see another Robin. And that's probably going to be who it is. But this, you just see Batman. He is so frustrated with the death of his son that he is just going out and he is beating criminals. And he's been doing this for days, countless days. And Harper notices this because she's been watching him. He's getting sloppy. He's missing punches. And he's going to die. And not by some character like Joker, or Clayface, or Bane. He's gonna die. Some but he's gonna meet his match, and it's gonna be just a common thug. So this is where she has to do something. She intervenes. She talks to him. She can see loss, frustration, and anger in him, and something's got to give. And you know, she knows. Well, she thinks that Bruce Wayne and Batman, you know, Bruce Wayne helped Batman financially. That's what she thinks, and she gives him something to help him out. And the ending was a little unusual, but it was still, I don't know, it fit. I thought it was cool. This was a very good read, and I actually am a big fan of this Greg Capullo cover. I actually do like this more than I thought I would. And speaking of the art, it's not Greg Capullo doing the art. I missed his art in this. I just miss his art so much. He's such an awesome artist. But Andy Cooper is doing it, and he's a very good artist, and the art was pretty good in this one. Now let's talk about Batman and Robin. This was silent. No words were spoken in this issue, but these illustrations do speak much louder than any words possibly could. Like I said, this shows like the loss. This just shows the tragedy, the frustration, the anger, everything about Bruce Wayne and what's happened to Damian is said through these images. It's very, you know, emotional. Just images, and that's what makes it emotional. You just see Alfred here in tears, and Bruce Wayne's frustration, his anger, he's just so upset about the death of his son, and you see that through each and every one of these images here. And just the very ending scene, I just really want to share with you. It was very touching in a way where we see just Bruce Wayne, he just loses it here. And this scene here, to me, this is like the part where Bane broke Batman's back. Like, this is to me, this is one of the iconic scenes that I'm always going to remember, when we just see the Bruce Wayne and Batman at his very low, and I think maybe his lowest point ever. I mean, lower than Jason Todd, the death of Jason Todd. Maybe even lower than the time Bane broke his back, because that was pretty low, you know. He was pretty down in the dumps when you think about it, like, because he just wasn't Batman. And, well, I'm not talking about The Dark Knight Rises, I'm talking about the comic book. But I think this whole death of Damian Wayne, if these comic books are going to be the ones that we're getting, then there was a payoff, and there was something good about it. And it's this. It's just seeing this superhero at its low. And it sounds weird that I'm saying this is a great issue because we see Batman at his low. No, it's a great issue because we feel the same emotion that Bruce Wayne does in the tragedy of the loss of his son. His son. That's what's the difference here. He lost his son, not just another Robin. And it explains that in here through images. And it's sad, very sad, but that's why I think I picked this over this. Both were great, but I have to go with both of these with a 5 out of 5, the perfect score. And I know I've been giving out too many 5s, and I know I said I was trying to be more critical. Screw that. I'm not going to be more critical. I'm just going to give comic books the ratings that I think they deserve. So I really enjoyed both of these issues. I recommend you pick both of them up. They were both stellar reads. And you know what? I know this one here is not getting as much attention as these two, but this was really good too. I'd give this a 4.5 out of 5. This is shaping up to be an awesome event. And this is shaping up to be an awesome death. I actually think this is a better death and more sad death than the death of Spider-Man, my favorite superhero. Now that was sad because of how, like, you know, that's my favorite superhero just died, but there was nothing on paper, you know, nothing there that says, you know, this is gonna be, you know, there's no it's just none of the characters know, you know, it's just that this is what happened. It's very straightforward. There's nothing that makes it emotional. This comic book and even this one make it very emotional, and it's very entertaining. That's all I have to say, guys. I hope you enjoyed my reviews. And I will hopefully have some more reviews up next week, and maybe a video tomorrow, maybe not. But anyways, peace out. And if you have any questions about any of these comics here, or any comics I picked up, just let me know.